Have you ever felt as though life is gently nudging you in a new direction? Sometimes change arrives suddenly. At other times, it appears as a quiet feeling that something is shifting beneath the surface. A new opportunity appears, an old perspective begins to fade, or your heart starts guiding you toward a different path. In this reading, we'll explore an important question. Why are you being called to change? Cards before us form the Crossroads Spread, a journey into the forces shaping your path, the wisdom already within you, and the possibilities waiting beyond the choices that lie ahead. Whenever you're ready, let's reveal the first card. The beginning asks, what is pushing you toward change? The Eight of Wands appears. The first thing this card tells us is that this change isn't standing still. Energy is moving, circumstances are shifting, and events that once seemed distant may begin unfolding much more quickly than expected. The Eight of Wands often appears when life is trying to move us out of a period of hesitation and into a period of action. It reminds us that opportunities don't always arrive when we feel completely prepared. For some of you, this change may involve your work, your relationships, your ambitions, or a dream that has been waiting patiently in the background. The interesting thing about this card is that it doesn't ask whether change is coming. It asks whether you're ready to move with it. Something is gathering momentum, and this reading is inviting you to pay attention to the direction in which life is already carrying you. Now, let's see what opportunity is beginning to appear before you. The invitation asks, what opportunity is appearing before you? The Ten of Cups appears. This is a beautiful card to find in this position because it reminds us that the changes unfolding around us are not always meant to take something away. Sometimes they are meant to bring us closer to what truly fulfills us. The Ten of Cups speaks of harmony, emotional abundance, connection, belonging, and the feeling of being exactly where you're meant to be. You may be moving toward a deeper relationship, a stronger sense of purpose, a more peaceful chapter of life, or an opportunity that aligns more closely with your heart. The interesting thing about this card is that it asks you to think beyond temporary success. Instead, it asks a much bigger question. What would genuine happiness look like for you? Perhaps the reason you are being called to change is that life is trying to lead you towards something that feels more authentic, more meaningful, and more complete. Now, let's turn to the third card and discover what your intuition has been trying to tell you. The inner compass asks, what is your intuition trying to tell you? The Queen of Cups appears. This card reminds us that not every answer arrives through logic alone. Sometimes our hearts recognize the truth long before our minds are ready to accept it. The Queen of Cups is deeply connected to intuition, wisdom, compassion, and emotional understanding. She appears when we are being encouraged to trust what we already know within ourselves. You may have been ignoring a feeling, questioning your instincts, or waiting for certainty before taking the next step. But the Queen of Cups gently reminds us that intuition rarely shouts. More often, it speaks in whispers. Pay attention to the thoughts that keep returning, the dreams that refuse to fade, and the direction that continues to call to you. Perhaps the reason you are being called to change is that a deeper part of you already understands that your path is leading somewhere new. Now, let's reveal the fourth card and discover what perspective is being transformed. The shift in perspective asks, what are you being asked to see differently? The Hanged Man appears. This is a powerful card because it reminds us that change doesn't always begin with action. Sometimes it begins with understanding. The Hanged Man asks us to pause, step back, and look at our circumstances from a completely different perspective. It invites us to release old expectations, old fears, and old ways of thinking. You may have been trying to force an answer, hold on to a familiar situation, or control the timing of events. But this card suggests that clarity may arrive when you allow yourself to see things differently. The interesting thing about the Hanged Man is that, although it appears motionless, a great deal is happening beneath the surface. Perhaps you're not standing still at all. Perhaps you are simply preparing for the next stage of your journey. This card reminds us that sometimes we don't need a new path. Sometimes we simply need a new way of seeing the path we are already walking. Now, let's turn to the final card and discover where all these changes are leading you. The turning point asks, where is this change leading you? The Wheel of Fortune appears. What a remarkable way to end this reading. The Wheel of Fortune reminds us that life is always moving. Seasons change, circumstances change, and eventually we change as well. This card often appears when a significant turning point is approaching. It speaks of cycles ending, new opportunities emerging, and unexpected possibilities beginning to reveal themselves. What's especially interesting is that this card follows the Eight of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Hanged Man. First, movement appeared. Then fulfillment. Then intuition. Then a shift in perspective. And now, the Wheel of Fortune arrives to set everything into motion. Perhaps the reason you are being called to change is not that something has gone wrong, but because something new is trying to begin. The wheel is turning, and your path is turning with it. Now, let's bring all these messages together in the closing. The cards in the Crossroads Spread tell a fascinating story. The Eight of Wands showed us that change is already in motion. The Ten of Cups revealed what your heart is being guided toward. The Queen of Cups reminded you to trust your intuition, while the Hanged Man encouraged you to look at your journey from a new perspective. Finally, the Wheel of Fortune appeared to remind you that every ending creates the possibility of a new beginning. Perhaps this is why you are being called to change. Not because you are lost, not because you have failed, because you have reached the edge of one chapter and the beginning of another. Life has a way of leading us exactly where we need to be, even when we cannot yet see the destination. I'd love to know which card resonated with you the most, so feel free to share it in the comments below. If this reading brought you clarity, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join me for the next reading. Until then, trust your intuition, follow the path unfolding before you, and remember that every turning point begins with a single step. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next reading.